80s rock star Jericho Rift hit peak fame decades ago with hits like Cosmic Cloud and One Way Gridlock Jam, but recently he has been sent into hiding and shunned by peers when expressing his opinions on the industry that once made him popular. I honestly believe that in this day and age, you don't need the items people say you need in order to make music. Guitars, drums, fingers. It's absurd to me that people expect you to spend money to make art, and I, for one, never relied on such gimmicks to get ahead in my career. Well, you say that, but what about that 20-foot guitar you used to play? Well, that doesn't count because I sold it to a guitar shop. Why is that? I mainly got rid of it because a journalist critique said that I was clearly overcompensating for something every time I put it on, which is ridiculous because I'm not that petty. So I sued her, or I would have if anyone would have taken the case, but it made the press, and I think she got the message, so.
My guitar next to a bird whistle.
There are many theories why Jericho has had such a fall from grace. Many can't decide whether he's an idiot, a scumbag, or a wiglet. But many agree that his fame was eclipsed by the genuinely good card game Battle of the Bands. Yeah, I actually think it's about Dicey brought it along because I know it's good, but it's not music. Or at least it's not my definition of music, so we all have different definitions. It's just mine's correct. So I'm out. Sorry.
Why?
Sorry, you shouldn't have been a
I just thought it would be an interesting comparison.
I'm actually dropping the accent. That's how serious I am on this, please.
Battle of the Bands has 3 to 5 fame-hungry musicians attempt to gather together like-minded individuals in a bid to form bands and get out on tour to get as many fans as they possibly can. It's also played on this XXL t-shirt, which, well, granted I have limited knowledge of the subject matter, I'm pretty sure this breaks a record as the first board game that can end up smelling of Lenore if you treat it correctly. Also, this is a Kickstarter edition of the game. Don't judge anything by how it looks here, and I can't stress that enough. I mean, look. What is this 8-bit nonsense? What day and age do we live in? It's not 60 FPS graphics right here. I mean, have you heard of Naughty Dog? That's the bar you have to hit nowadays. Players can do one of 2 actions in a bid to gain cards. They can stay at home and practice, in which case they get a career card for their efforts. Yay. Or they can do the predominant action that drives this entire game forwards. They can go on tour. In order to go on tour, players will have to fill up a level with a bunch of career cards. Each tour needs hype, chops, musical, not pork, riffs and gear to gather more career cards and, more importantly, fans. The thing is, it's going to take a while before you get to do this alone. You certainly can't do it on your first turn. You do get 2 passion cards at the beginning of the game, wild cards that can fit into any slot on the ball shirt, but even that's not going to be enough. If you're going to want to go on tour, you're going to need help from your friends. The active player is deemed the tour manager, can accept help from other players, who can help contribute cards that'll take you on tour. Once the tour is complete, this will spawn a bunch of spoils, the contents of which is dependent on what cards were placed where. So why should you help out the grimy tour manager you're up against? Well, you'll get a share of the spoils. Each card comes with a number. Depending where you place it on the shirt, depends what spoils you can get. The shirt is divided into 2 sections, one spawning fan cards and one spawning career cards. Should a tour be accomplished, a slot spawns cards equal to the number of the card placed on it. For instance, this combination of cards will produce 1 fan card and 3 career cards. There's a slight twist in who gets what when. The tour manager always gets to pick first, and the remaining cards in the order they're picked up in are determined by these. Each player has a badge that they can place on any card whenever they go on tour, claiming that card as their own at the end of the round. However, only 1 badge can be added to each column. This is because it determines the order of who gets to pick first. Those who put their badge in the hype column picks up a card, followed by chops, riffs and gear, repeating until all the spoils are gone. It may not seem like much, but these are the crux of these negotiations. In our first game, rather early on, I got a Gear 3 card. I was like, great, I'll be drowning in groupies in no time. High class, pure line groupies. But I was determined to keep hold of it for as long as I possibly could, always putting my badge on it whenever I'd go on tour. And of course, I always went on tour. No one would say no to me with such a high numbered card like that. The thing is, my determination in keeping that card meant I was always at the back of the queue when it came to divvying out the spoils, and I'd always just be left with scraps by riding on the coattails of everyone else. Everyone else was hoarding all the fans they possibly could, whilst all I was getting was kazoos. Actually, it didn't turn out to be all that great for me, and by the time I realised, everyone else was just so much more popular than I was. And of course, there was only one way to potentially combat this. There are 4 levels of tour to go on. The higher you go, the more fan cards are produced, and that's a good thing, because the first player to 27 fans wins the game. But going even higher means you'll be burning even more cards, especially if you go with even less players. So it really is trying to balance that risk reward of when you need to make a gigantic push in order to get more fans on board. But I'd say it's definitely worth it. I mean, if we look at a level 4 tour like this, it will produce 9 career cards and 15 fan cards? I mean, flipping heck, it's optimistic, but it can be done. This is pretty much as deep as the rules to Battle of the Bands gets, and it doesn't really need to be more complicated, but the social structure of the entire game isn't 100% clear when you start playing it. It's only after a second playthrough that you start to realise the possibilities that are open to you on the shirt, and start to realise how negotiating can be so important and how you should play that. Maybe you should hold back and let someone claim a higher numbered gear or riff card so that you can go in and claim a hype card instead and be more likely to be first in the line for better cards in the future. Maybe you should sacrifice a fan card in order to get a higher level bunch of cards in the long run and maybe gamble for higher numbers. Maybe you should Thing is, Battle of the Bands is a pretty cheeky bugger of a game. It does have its flaws, and they're immediately obvious. If you get unlucky with the cards that you draw, you're not going to be in a good place to negotiate, and thus you probably won't go on tour, and you won't really have a lot to do. And there are a lot of rules around the social structure of negotiations. Most of our original attempts to schmooze our way on tour pretty much consist of us squawking numbers and suits at each other like we were playing parakeet bingo. If you're unlucky or you're just too polite, you're not going to get very far in this. However, thanks to its theme and its willingness to laugh at itself, it's not going to detract players from having a second, third, fourth go. The game encourages you to delve into your imagination every 3 minutes. Right from the off, it asks you to create a story about the 2 passion cards you get at the beginning, the tale of how you got into music. And even then, these are minute combos compared to the ones you'll be creating every time you go on tour. When you form a band, you're encouraged to make a name up for them. I mean, let's have a look at the ones we've actually formed for this level 4 tour we got right here. You've got a band guilting friends into liking their folk group with autotune. Well, that's actually not as funny as I expected. You get rid of the Poor Chop's voice card, and that's basically Mumford & Sons satire. We got a punk band fighting the system with a private jet cello and propelled forward with the viral video. Yeah, rock on, guys. And I'm pretty sure earlier we had an R&B combo with panpipes. I mean, come on, Kanye, what are you doing with your life? The theme is not enough to carry the game by itself, but it's enough to entice people back to play it, beginners and experts alike, to see the systems that are playing out in front of them, to see how they can manipulate that to their own advantage. It's a game that gets better with time. The t-shirt, the badges, the artwork that thankfully works in a world where Scott Pilgrim exists, it all lowers that barrier of entry, and the ease of which the game can laugh at itself means that even if the gameplay doesn't quite land on its first run, you can easily delve back into it and get it to click thanks to the fact you'll be giggling all over again. And because of that, I think Battle of the Bands might be one of the best gateway negotiation games I've played. It's got an incredibly welcoming theme, it's incredibly easy to learn, and yet it's complex enough not to patronise newcomers. It's got the potential to be excellent for everyone. Party on, dudes. I'm not doing an accent. Okay? We established from the opening I can't do an accent, so I'm not doing it.
Let's find somewhere dry.